So, hello, Cedric Kennedy here, Star Wrestling Commentary, giving my thoughts on Hookhausen and Tony Nese. Now, it is Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling, but it was a tag match, and it was at the buy-in for Double or Nothing. I like Hook, I like Danhausen. And a lot of people don't, especially at how Danhausen's been presented, but Danhausen can wrestle, but how can I say this? Danhausen is trying to make a great hybrid between wrestling and sports entertainment. So it's going to be difficult to do that with the style of match that Hook needs to have. That's going to be difficult. Danhausen knows how to do Hook's style, but to be him who Danhausen is, that's wow. It's gonna be hard to marry those two. It's just gonna be difficult. You know, it is. Tony Nese, I have my issues with him in the past. I didn't see him in WWE because I don't watch that unless requested, and you know, it's good that that's rare. But I saw him in AEW the first time, and I was just like, okay, so he's one of these garbage wrestlers. And it took a while, and I saw him again, and I was like, and then it hit me who and what Tony Nese is. Tony Nese needs guidance and or just a decent opponent. And, you know, I'm starting to become a deep fan for Tony Nese. The guy, look, let's just go over it. The guy is well put together. He's got a body on him. He's a good heel. And even though he can wear some things that would be atrocious on others, he looks good wearing it. So it's weird, you know, but style of wrestling, highly agile, very strong. He can do anything. And as much as that is needed, it's a hindrance, because if he tries to do the flippy floppy matches with others, then while he can do that with expertise, it doesn't show who he is. Tony Nese would be an amazing AEW champion, major champion, the big belt that CM Punk recently won. He would be a good heel because he can wrestle anyone's style, get them over, focus on him, and come out the victor like he needs to. Tony Nese can do whatever he wants to do in that ring, and that is awesome. That's what people need to be able to do. But his style, striking, and that's pretty much, he's a striker, a technical wrestler, and that's about it. That's where he needs to be grounded, right there. And every once in a while, break something out and just do it as flawless as he can. Tony Nese is good. And AEW is going to sleep on that because they don't like people that are good. They like people who have a deep fan following. So that gets me into Hookhausen, because I know it's Hook and then Danhausen. I get that, but I like Hookhausen. It's cute. Hook has a major following by everybody. They love him. And you're like, well, what did he do? What's the magic of Hook? What is it? Simple. Now, is he slim? Yep. On the skinny side? Yep. When you watch his first match, people didn't know what to think about him. They didn't know how to come at it. Like, what's going on? Okay, it's Hook. It's Taz's son. Nobody gave a damn. They didn't care that it was Taz's son. So what's the magic? He gets in the ring, and he just tries to clobber his opponent, suplex them, slam them, throw them, beat on them, submit, done, leave. It's the exact Same thing that got Ishii over in New Japan. That's why people love Ishii. Hard nose, nose to the grind, get it done, leave. No fanfare, no love, no nothing. Just go. That's what they love. People love that. People view that mentality and style as an alpha, and people are drawn to alphas. That's not what an alpha is, but that's what they believe it is, and that's what they're drawn to. Danhausen, what's his magic? Why are people loving Danhausen so much? He doesn't do anything. He gets the shit kicked out of him. Danhausen is lovable. Straight up. You listen to his voice, it's the quintessential I am a weak, pencil-pushing Poindexter type person. That's that voice. The voice of some doe-eyed anime creature that just wants to be loved. That's Danhausen's voice. Danhausen's look. Very, in a sense, just, my first thought is like Dracula, That's how I see that. But I forgot what he said he was going for, what it really was. But they like the face paint. It reminds them of Sting. They like the fact that he can wrestle. They watched him in Ring of Honor. You think there's a lot of people that seen Ring of Honor. They know he can wrestle. And then he built himself up on the independent scene from Donovan Danhausen to Danhausen with that, going from crazy to let's just try to be decent and have some fun. But not stupid fun. He don't do stupid stuff. I like that about Danhausen. Stupid stuff, like he's not going to do what he don't know how to do. What he does pertains to his gimmick and his match. That's what he does. And it's hard to focus that in the short, finite amount of time when things are going fast. But Danhausen has a powerful fan following. Hook has a powerful fan following. These two were over before weeks before they tagged up, the fans was like, yes, do this. And yeah, it should be done. And then, so the buy-in, it's done. And when they come out, good grief, the crowd is going ballistic. They are loving it. So Mark Sterling and Tony Nese come out, they're not liked at all. But when they get in the ring, anything that Hookhausen did, the crowd just ate it up. And it was different. They weren't marking for like moves. They didn't care about that. They like these wrestlers. It's not their move set. It's their persona and mixed with their style in the ring to aid in the persona that they project. And the crowd is just all about that. It's beautiful. This is a team that you say, okay, I see what both of y'all are about. I see what's going on. You can legitimately just push them down the audience's throats and get them high caliber tag matches within 2 months. They should stay on Rampage. They should open the show on Rampage for the first month. Every Friday. Every Friday you open that show as a tag team. Danhausen, the Hook doesn't have to do anything different. Danhausen needs to alter certain things, but not by much. He needs to stay on Hook's pace. He needs to be able to go in there, get it done, but yet still be him. Like I said earlier, that's going to be extremely hard to manage. He's going to have to sacrifice certain things to do other things. Because the way Danhausen operates, the way you look at the match, he's the one that gets the shit kicked out of him, and Hook got to come in and save the day. That's going to get tiresome real quick because Danhausen has to go in there, flub, be the fool, get the hell kicked out of him, and then look extremely weak and minuscule and like he doesn't know anything. So he needs to stop that. He gets beat down, they need to earn it. Danhausen is good at Hook ain't good at this. Hook is straight up forward. He's forward and he can counter and whatnot. No, Hook is a reversal wrestler. He reverses. Danhausen is evasion and countering, and he needs to work on that far more than cursing and whatnot. His curse, which is a good thing to put in the match at the right time. Not early, but late. At a distance, not when it's getting hectic. They've got to find pacing with each other. Hook's going to have to slightly chill it a little bit. Danhausen's going to have to really chill it a good bit. But still don't change but so much, just pacing. They need pacing and it'd be beautiful. Tony Nese doesn't need to be in a tag team, period. No, do not put Tony Nese in a tag team. Let that man stay singles. Let that man climb the ranks. Let him beat CM Punk. Maybe, have a good program with him and Punk and let that go for a little bit. And then have a match. Have the match. It's not for the title, but Tony Nese needs to lose by something like disqualification or something. And then Punk needs to get a win, but it's a little controversial. And then they have a 2 out of 3 fall at a pay-per-view where Tony Nese win. But this needs to be after Punk has defended that belt at least 3 times, but no more than 5. And they need to be decent defenses, not someone you can beat in 8 or 9 minutes. They need to look like he earned each victory. And Tony Nese could be an amazing champion. People will hate him, and that's exactly what you need. Going back to Hookhausen, I enjoyed this match that they had with Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. I already knew they won, but I didn't know how they won. And it was, I am not a fan of it, but I get it. Danhausen is working his gimmick. Very nice, very evil. That's what's going on. So, yeah, Hook hit a great Uranage, an actual Uranage, and he had planned to destroy Mark Sterling, but Danhausen's like, tag me in, buddy, tag me in. So he tags him, and Danhausen goes with an epic pose with the foot on the chest, pin 1, 2, 3, and the crowd is going apeshit. They are loving it. These guys are over, and they will stay over if you just use them right. Just what they did was good, but they need to have a lot more matches, learn each other. Hook is also he'll be all right in tag team, but he'll also be great in singles. Hook would be a great TNT champion. He would put some legitimacy behind that belt, and that's what that belt needs. It's missing legitimacy. Every major championship in any company had the spark of legitimacy, like that was a legitimate title run or win, or defense. It has to look absolutely believable, and Hook can get that across. So Hook can moonlight as either singles or tag team, and he's gonna be all right. They just need to not put him with stupid stuff. They need to keep him away from the silly garbage stuff. Danhausen is not silly garbage. He might appear that way to some. He's not. Not yet. Not yet. Taz, I truly do think that he is managing a lot with Hook. He's keeping him safe. So That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I want to see. I really want to see Hook and Danhausen in singles and or tag team. If they're in singles, they need to be in each other's corner. They need to help each other out epically. Not so much like faces, but not like heels either. Neutral. They will be neutral. If let's say Danhausen's up there getting his ass whooped and they're cheating, Hook needs to go over there and just jack somebody up, put them down. That's it. There's no ref, turn around and look. No, none of that begging. Nope, because Hook don't talk. He don't have to talk. He walk around, he handles the person, and that's it. And if Hook gets ejected but the other one don't, you know what Hook do? Take him with him. Slam him, something, and take him with him. That's what he would do. He'd be known for that. And then that'll right there be like, oh no, now that adds a different dynamic that has never been done in wrestling. That would be absolutely unique, because then you have to ask questions like, oh man, you know, if you interfere and he gets thrown out, you know he's gonna take you with him. So what do? You know, now the heel manager has to be a bit more crafty, you know, or craftier, not more crafty, just crafty. But that's what would have to happen. And Danhausen, if he's cornering Hook. It'd be a great opportunity at that moment. If something's going on, he can get close to him and curse them. And they're like, what? And then some silly mess happened. Not when I say silly, I mean like, you know, you hit the corner and just the air gets knocked out of their lungs. Just complete messed up. And they're like, whoa. Or they're too busy distracted and turn around and they miss the cue to help their wrestler, and the wrestler gets pinned because the manager won't there to help cheat like normal. A lot of little things can happen, and it don't have to be super creative. Simple is the key. Simplicity is the key. You know, it'd be nice to see this. AEW they need stuff like this. Simple. Keep it in its realm. Don't mix it with too many people and too many things. No, let it stay in its own little world, its own little orbit, and it'll branch out when it needs to. But they need to own Rampage, and then in the second month they need to start main eventing on Rampage. And they're not climbing the ranks, but they are challenging those that graduate or have shown great fortitude and whatnot on AEW Dark, on that stuff, you know, and they go against them and win. And then for a team that it's like, look, this team is good. They might lose one depending upon. They might lose one. You know, they might lose once every 2 months. They don't lose often. They just lose at clutch moments, certain clutch moments. I think that would be best, you know, but I'm high on Hookhausen and Tony Nese right now. I'm hoping nothing changes that. I hope they do right by each other and whatnot. There's a lot to talk about, and I could keep going, but I think y'all got the gist. And yeah, I did review AEW Double or Nothing. Now I gave it 60%. I didn't catch everything that AEW botches caught. I only caught maybe 20% of what they caught, because mostly I'm typing, not looking at the screen, so I didn't see a lot of stuff. I'm typing, so I could, because I knew I would forget things. So with that, has been Cedric Kennedy on CR Wrestling Commentary, thoughts on Hookhausen and Tony Nese, and I want to thank y'all for all this time of listening and whatnot. I thank you and things of that sort. With that, good night and see you next time.